This is another time again for English subject in grade 4. Last time we discussed how to count numbers up to 1000. We saw how also to read the numbers and how to write numbers in both figures and in words. I gave you an assignment to do of 5 questions, so I want to do correction with you and try to mark for yourself while I'm doing correction. Watch properly. The question was telling you to fill in the gaps below. And here we had the slide for figures, and here we had words. Then question number 1 here. There was 997. There was 997, and we were told to write this one here in words. There was a gap here. So writing 997 is simple. As I've told you, you just write the word 900 first, then you write the word 97. You get the word 997. Write like this. 997. Then second question, there was a dash here, and here there was a word 501. As you can see this word here properly, 501. So this number here is in word. What you are supposed to do is to write this number in figure. So 501, you just write it like this. 501. You get your number here, which is correct, 501. Question number 3, we had here 449, and you are told to write this in words. So 449, you just write like this. 449. Just like that. And in question number 4 here, we had 1000. So 1000 here, you were told to write it in word. So writing 1000, as I've told you last time, you just write it like this. 1000. Then the last question, here we had a dash. Then in this side for words, we had 300. And 85. So 385. Just write the word 300 first, then add with the word 85 to get the word 385. So you first write your 300 here, then you add number 85. You get the word 385. So this was what you are supposed to do. Then if you got wrong in any of the question here, please do correction. But if you got them right, well done. Thank you so much. Now, we are starting another thing for today. In last lesson, we saw how to express quantity by counting up to 1000. But today, we are going to see how to express quantity of countable things. expressing quantity of countable things. When we talk about countable thing, the word countable itself means the thing that you can count, the thing that you can touch, hold it, and you count and you get the number of it. So we shall see how to express quantity of these countable things, the thing that you can count, like tomatoes, like mangoes, like apples, like oranges, like chairs, spoons, houses, cars, the things that you can touch and you can count. We call them countable things. So in expressing quantity of these things, we normally use three words, either in making questions or in answering questions. Words that are used in expressing quantity of countable things, we have the word many, we have the word a lot of, also we have the word few. This word here, many, it can be used either in asking questions, and that question specifically talking about the countable thing, the thing that you can count. So in answering questions about countable things, we normally use the word many. But also in answering different questions, if you are answering the questions concerned about countable things, we use many. If that thing is in plural form, we use the word many. And also a lot of is used in expressing countable things to show that those things are many, or things are in plural form. And few, it's the word used to express quantity of countable things when talking about singular or talking about thing which is not many. It is the opposite of the word many, is few. Now, check the example here, you're going to understand. Let's say these are my cars. Another car of mine is here. And let's say we have also another car which is here. So these cars here, I can count them. You can count these cars like saying, this is one car, this is the second car, and this is the third car. So I have 3 cars here. So if you are to ask me the question, you will be asked, how many cars are there? For example, if you are asked like this, how many cars are there? And here, in asking this question, how many cars are there, we are using the word many because we are talking about things which we can count. We are talking about countable things. We cannot say how much cars are there because we are talking about countable things. And the word much is not used in expressing quantity of countable thing. So we use the word many. How many cars are there? So in answering this question, you will say there are 4 cars. For example, you answer like this. There are 3, there are 3 cars. There are 3 cars. Are there many cars? If there is another question to come, you can be asked. Are there many cars? You will have to check at your things that you are given there. There are only 3, so there are not many. There are only 3. You say, no, there are not many cars, but there are few cars. Are there many cars? No. there are few cars. So, as you can see here, we have used another word which is few here, and we have the word many here. So, because these cars here are not many, there are only three. 1, 2, 3. That's why we have said there are few cars. So, few is the word used to express quantity of countable things which are not many. So, if we had so many cars here, we would have said there are many cars. But because we have few here, we can say there are few cars. And also the word a lot of. The word a lot of also used to show things which are many. You can say there are, and mind you, if you are using the word a lot of, we cannot say there are, we say there is. There is a lot of cars, let's say in the house. How many cars are there? If you have so many cars in a certain house, we say there is a lot of cars in the house, or there are many cars in the house. So the word a lot of and the word many, the word few are the words used to express the quantity of countable things. Check another example here. There, these are our apples. In first side here, we have 2 apples. In the other side here, we have very many apples. So, if you are to ask, how many apples are there? In this first side here, let's say in this number 1 here, let's call it number 1, and this is number 2. In number 1 here, if you are asked, how many apples are here? You will say there are 2 apples. Are they few or many apples? Because there are only 2, you will say there are few apples. And going to number 2, we have so many apples here. And if you are asked, are they many or few? And because these apples here are very many, if you can try to count them, they are very many. You will say there are many apples. So, as you can try to see here, the opposite of the word many is few, and the opposite of the word few is many. So, in expressing quantity, when you are asked how many things are there, and you are expressing quantity of countable things, and things which are not many, we use the word few, and the things which are very many, we use the word many. Also, you can try to see here, this is my tin, and in these things here, I have very many pencils. As you can see, this is my tin. In this tin here, I have so many pencils. So, if you are to answer the question concerning about pencils in this tin, and you are asked, how many pencils are there? Are they few or many? You will say, there are many pencils in the tin. But also, you can use the word a lot of to express quantity of pencils which are in this tin. You can say, there is a lot of pencils in the tin. So, as you can try to see here, we have used the word many, we have used also the word a lot of here. And in different of these two words here, when using the word many, we use the word are. We say there are many. And also when using the word few, we say there are few. But at the time when you use the word a lot of, don't put the word are here. Instead, we put the word is. There is a lot of pencils. But this will also explain something which is many. So, after seeing all these examples here, now I want to give you the questions so that when you reach at home, you try to do them. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. How many bags are there? You have to answer that question, concerning question number 1. Then another question here, about this question here, you say, are there many bags? It is question number 1 here, but it has got 2 questions. Are there many or few bags? You have to answer there. Then question number 2. And here, also answer for me. How many dollars are there? And I say there are fish rulers. Are there many or few? Have to answer for me here. Then the last question, question number 3 here. Have a house. And these are insects. So, the question here, you have to fill it in the gap. There is dash dash insects in the house. Then here, choose the correct word to answer, to fill in this gap. Whether you are going to say there is many insects, there is few insects, or the other thing. Choose the correct answer there. So, after reaching here, now we have come to the end of our lesson. Try to answer those questions properly, and the next time when we meet, we shall see the correction of the questions. See you and a good day. Bye.